Oh, good afternoon. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome on in. I'm Dave Allgood, your gracious host, along with Melissa Fry, chief meteorologist and weather extraordinaire and great mom as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you like that?
Thank you.
We want
Nice.
to get into that weekend.
Yeah.
Going.
Feel Good Friday.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming your way. Got a great all good news story for you. I wouldn't say it's serious, but it's a little more about the homeless issue, but a nice spin on it, and it involves a very beloved theater here in town as well. So we'll talk about that coming up.
An important story. Also, yesterday I was out at Russian Jack Elementary School, really special group of students. I was very impressed, first of all, just with their behavior. They were so attentive and great students, great scientists. And they had a special group of interpreters there. And I'll explain more about that and show you their weather lab.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. I'm looking forward to that too. That'll be some interesting stuff. So anyway, weather, which was, we got like it got rid of the dirt.
We got rid of the dirt.
We got rid of the dirt.
Here's the thing. We know that we need to get just a little fresh snow once in a while to sort of brighten things up, make those trees pretty again. We do have chances for just a little bit more as we get into later tonight. It is warm, though, 30 degrees right now.
For two missing 18-year-olds, Josiah Ballot from Sellewick and Thomas Brown of Ambler were last seen Monday morning. A friend had gotten a message that they were taking a snow machine from Kotzebue to Norfolk, but they were reported overdue just after noon, according to Alaska State Troopers. Several agencies and individuals are looking for the young men, both on the ground and from the air. And just after 8 last night, crews were called to a fire in the Ship Creek area downtown. Assistant Fire Chief Alex Boyd says it happened at the 2500 block of Post Road. He says 20 units responded after a second alarm was called. It took about an hour to knock down the fire. The warehouse says it appears to be accidental, but crews are looking into what started it. No one was reported hurt. A woman in Ketchikan was hurt after being distracted by her cell phone while driving. Alaska State Troopers say 35-year-old Kasha Hamilton was on North Tongass Highway when she crossed the center line and went into a ditch and struck a tree. She was taken to the hospital. Troopers did not report how badly she was injured, but thanked the volunteer fire department for their quick response. An East Side theater is scheduled to close. The Takotnu Stadium 16 is theater on a list of movie houses being shuttered. Regal Cinemas is the second largest U.S. theater chain behind AMC. Last year, they closed 12 theaters. The list released this week includes 39 theaters. The parent company Cineworld has filed for bankruptcy. The Takotnu Cinema could be closed as early as mid-February. And a powerful lesson about overcoming obstacles. A 17-year-old with a frustrating and debilitating syndrome finally gets some relief thanks to his persistence, parents, and new surgery.
This newscast is brought to you in
Tourette's syndrome caused tics so bad, a Pennsylvania boy felt like he was choking. Now the 17-year-old has new hope thanks to a breakthrough surgery. David Begnaud brings us Callum's story. All right, give me 5, everybody. Come on. We made it to Friday, and I'll slide one over to Melissa over there for a Friday snow day.
Yes, we got some fresh snow this morning. Helped to really brighten things. Seemed calm in town. There's just a little bit of snow. It's quite dangerous once you get into the backcountry.
Yeah, you kind of. I was thrown off there. We have a pyramid here. I had no idea we had pyramids.
Yeah, well, this just shows you the elevation. Yeah.
I know, I'm kidding. King Tut. All right, thank you. I'm still a 7th grader. All right, translating the weather lab. We're gonna switch gears here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at your weather lab and my stuff came up in the prompter and I wasn't ready. Anyway, but that's good stuff. A Russian weather experiment. And check this out. This is a family in Yakutsk, if I'm saying that right. That's in Siberia. It's super cold there. So cold, bubbles freeze. Check it out.
So fun. I've actually tried to do that here in Alaska when it gets cold enough, and it is so fun. So high pressure recently set up.
That is cool.
So high pressure recently set up over the area carrying cold Arctic air. That pushed temperatures down to around 61 degrees below zero already this morning. Expected to be that cold again tonight. And another village in the region recently saw nearly 80 below last week. The record-breaking lowest record temperature for the city, according to Guinness, was 88.6 degrees below zero Fahrenheit back in 1993, right there in the same region. So that is cold, and if you ever get the chance to blow bubbles when temperatures drop here even to around 20 below, It is so fun. They freeze instantly.
Yeah, that is great. Why don't humans freeze? I went to blow bubbles. I'm stuck.
That warm blood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. All right, we are getting more and more daylight, but we still have a long way to go before summer, and sometimes you need an activity to get you through winter.
And Tracy Sinclair introduces us to a woman who found creative.
Happy Friday, everybody. Steven Spielberg gets snubbed by BAFTA, and Queen pulls back the curtain and gives a glimpse backstage with Freddie Mercury. Here's Douglas Hyde with your Hollywood Minute.
Clearing out, and Dave, I'll have another look at that 7-day forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, that's a 60-degree difference between here and Nome.
Yes, yep, yeah, it's extreme, but it's a big state.
Alaska's big.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. All right. Thanks a lot, Melissa. A special production of Peter Pan, complete with a crocodile who's really in character. Forrest Sanders has been following the Tennessee play since beginning rehearsals. I'm Dave Allgood with Alaska's News Source. Coming up, how the love of the 4th Avenue Theater and serendipity came together to fund a movement.
Alaska's News Source.
Happy Friday, everybody. Melissa, you know, people love the 4th Street Theater, and even though it's now gone, its reach is having some lasting positive implications.
Yeah, you could call it serendipity. A group was able to raise a lot of money for those experiencing homelessness, all because of a phone call and a generous artist.
Here at the Writer's Block Bookstore and Cafe in Spenard, it's a meeting of homelessness actionists, folks taking action to help people experiencing homelessness.
I think people are really tired of waiting for the municipality to fix this humongous problem, and so it's very grassroots. We just want to get in there and help.
This is Judy Mack, who partnered with Camille Conte to do something.
Sir, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to leverage the community and let everybody know, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to come back together as a community to help where we can and how we can and see if we can bring some dignity to these people.
Help the ones right here at Sullivan Arena.
I mean, look, we have a vision. If these people are there for another 3 or 4 months, we can get them well fed, get them hydrated, get them properly bedded and clothed. We'd love to bring, you know, arts and craft and music, maybe bring barbers and salon people in to cut their hair. I mean, help transform them, help them feel like they're humans and that they're loved and that they matter.
And here's where vision meets Mystic Universe and serendipity collide for good.
And I said, I love that print, but I never heard back from the artist. 2 days later, he calls me, and he tells me he has a ton of these prints, and I can have all of them.
And that print? Artist Walter Scher's creation of the historic 4th Avenue Theater, so Camille set up a GoFundMe donation to receive a signed print.
Got it on Facebook, and before we knew it, people wanted them left and right. It was just wonderful.
They sold all the prints in just 24 hours, raising $10,000. So the beloved 4th Avenue Theater that was torn down is resurrected in art like a phoenix, bringing new life to so many in need, thanks to these people who, through action, are making a difference.
And this is what COVID showed us. It doesn't take much. Most people, as you say, are just a couple of paychecks away from being kicked over the edge.
All this is compassion.
It's the act, you know, it's the modeling of giving and receiving that is like the stairway into functionality and just some basic things we take for granted.
It's amazing the good the universe can offer up when people are just willing. And that's...
Every one of these people, they all say the same thing. Thank you and God bless. So they're deeply appreciative of what's going on, and they appreciate that the community cares about them and hasn't forgotten them.
The Allgood News. Yeah, that's cool stuff. And,
yes,
yeah,
it's another example of it's so simple. This is like a really easy thing. They put it up. It's generous, but simple.
It takes a little time. That's it. That's all they're asking. Camille, Judith, and Duke are so passionate, and they are hands-on doing all the work, and it's truly a grassroots movement. And by the way, they were also collecting blankets last night, and they had a car full, as you saw there.
Yeah, and all the money they raise is going to help people experiencing homelessness here in our community.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. All right, do not go anywhere. You can, you can watch all my stories coming up on our streaming platforms on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Just add the Alaska's News Source channel to your screen.
Yeah, if you haven't done that yet, it's super easy. You have a smart TV, just look for the app. You can get it. That way you can get all of our stories all the time.
Yeah.
And here's what's coming up at 5 right here on CBS 5.
Well, back in August, a car was stolen in Tampa Bay, but there was an 11-month-old baby inside. The thief abandoned the car on a hot day with her inside, and when police found her, she was in a bad way. She's the first Native American woman to go to the International Space Station, and now she's been outside it for just over 7 hours today. NASA astronaut Nicole Mann was working outside the ISS. She and Japanese astronaut Koichi Wakata were installing 2 mounting platforms they will use for a solar array augmentation. Mann joined NASA's astronaut corps in 2013. This is her first trip to space. She traveled in the ISS in October for a 5-month stay. How cool is that? And Seamus is going to live to see another day, if I can get that out, thanks to some dedicated firefighters and an Apple AirTag. Seamus is a 1-year-old Australian Shepherd from San Bernardino. He was out for a walk with his owner when he fell in a flooded storm drain. She tried to get him out, but he was swept away. She called the fire department for help, and they got a call about someone hearing barking coming from another storm drain about a mile away. They used the Apple AirTag to track down his exact spot. He had gotten out of the water but was stuck in an access tube. They were able to get him out and return him uninjured to the owner. Good for them. All right, meet Spike, cute, tough, and really old. About 160 in dog years, that is. In December, he was certified to have been at least 23 years old. Spike's owner says she found him 14 years ago in a parking lot. She named him after the big ferocious dog in the Tom and Jerry cartoons. I remember that one. At just under 13 pounds, Spike is nearly blind and doesn't hear very well, but his owner says he still enjoys life, hanging with people, and animals on the farm. Aww. All right. Portable ovens that hover and a toad that's breaking records. Plus, Melissa, we'll have another look at our forecast. That's coming up. Don't go anywhere. Happy Friday, everybody.
Weekdays at 2 on CBS 5.
Small, medium, or extra, extra, world-class large, a gigantic pizza.
And speaking of big, a huge amphibian in Australia. Here's Jeremy Roth with today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at a monstrous toad found in Australia that may be a world record-breaking whopper of a hopper. Park rangers in Conway National Park say they gasped when they spotted this enormous cane toad off a park pathway. One ranger said she couldn't believe how heavy the amphibian was. It later weighed in at nearly 6 pounds. Shared vids and images of the riveting and riveting discovery on social media garnered a wide range of reactions and solidified the nickname Toadzilla. Rangers towed the Titanic toad away, citing it as an invasive threat. They say Toadzilla could break the Guinness World Record for largest toad, a title that's been held since 1991. Speaking of world record attempts, take a look at one that can only be described as cheesy. History in the baking, a real pizza work, and so forth. Pizza Hut has crafted a colossal contender for the world's largest pizza, a sprawling pie that covered more than 14,000 square feet of the LA Convention Center floor in dough, sauce, and cheese. It was so big, they had to bake it in sections over the course of several hours using a high-tech hover-in oven device. The crusty contender yielded 68,000 slices and was later donated by the Hut to several charities. Now they play the waiting game to see if this prodigious pizza project delivers. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
That's solid pizza.
Yeah, the guy's I got a pizza for you. Hold on. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's ridiculous.
And a hovering way to bake it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's looked like a big Roomba.
Yeah.
Just vacuuming over it. All right.
That's what it looked like. Well, we saw that fresh snow this morning. Chances for a little bit more here tonight.